Greetings, fellow Ambazonians. This is Capo Daniel, the chairman of the Ambazonian People's Rights Advocative Platform. Today, I'm coming in the backdrop of the mass casualty that our population have suffered in Egbekaw, in Mamfe, and actions that we believe were carried out by our Ambazonian forces based on the preliminary information that are coming in from our own contacts and our network within our Ambazonian struggle in Mamfe. We want to condemn this action. This action does not reflect our conduct or acceptable conduct by the people of Ambazonia. And I'm calling on all Ambazonian leaders in the various groups to reflect on what has happened today, especially in the backdrop of groups becoming too partisan that they have lost touch with the interests of our people. While our people stands for their legitimate aspirations, such atrocious actions do not help advance the cause of Ambazonia, and those groups, they must condemn these actions unequivocally and carry out proper investigation and take responsibility and assure our population that such actions will never occur again. Lying, throwing blames to the enemy does not solve the problem. It only exacerbates the problem. This is not the first time we have seen such atrocious actions. Previously, the group of Sako, called by his spokesman who goes by the name Willie, who lives in America, instructed the Ambazonian forces, this same group that we believe carried out this operation, to go and burn down the Catholic Church, kidnapping Catholic priests who have done nothing against our struggle. We have seen repeated actions being supported by our various factions in the diaspora, in Ground Zero, that adds nothing to our struggle but hurts our own people. Whether it is the killing in Gozang, the slaughtering of 10 people in Nacho Street, this is not the first time. And every single Ambazonian leader or group who is out there have not done enough to take the leadership responsibility to condemn not just this action, but put in place policies and principles that will make it impossible for anybody to carry out such actions in the name of Ambazonia. We saw that where a funeral procession was attacked in Akwaya, over 20 people were slaughtered by our forces, and they made video of it. And none of those Ambazonian groups or activists came out to condemn those actions and call those soldiers to order. None of them. Those groups, as I have told our people, all these Ambazonian factions that have become so partisans do no longer represent the interests of our people, but it represents their own political ambitions, their own power and desire to dominate the Ambazonian liberation struggle. They are more concerned about representing the struggle on the negotiation table rather than representing the true and legitimate interests of our people. All of our forces must come to realization that these groups have derailed them and have misguided them from our main target and our main enemy, which is La Republique. Any Ambazonian forces who is in Ground Zero should hear this and hear this very clearly. You don't have the right or the authority to kill any innocent Ambazonians, whether you suspect him for whatever crime. Nobody is guilty until proven beyond reasonable doubt of their crimes against our soldiers or against our people. And anybody who commits such atrocious actions will be called to book. So I condemn this action and those who are behind this action and those who have also instigate and create the atmosphere, an environment where such actions can be taken against our people, should be prosecuted by the international community. I do support that. That is the only way we can protect the legitimate interests and aspiration of our people. When they kill our people in Kwakwa, in Manu, over 80 of our own people were killed by our own soldiers. None of them said anything. None of those groups said anything. But they have gone along to promote the targeting of our own people with unnecessary lockdown, with unjustified border closures, harassment, collecting of money from our own innocent civilians. That only creates an atmosphere where our soldiers on ground zero do not think that the opinion of our people, their civil liberty, matters to our leaders. Liberation struggles and people who fight to free their own people takes measures to make sacrifices, but those sacrifices are not pain inflicted without any additional value on our struggle, but those sacrifices are well-calculated sacrifices like the Monday goes down that sends a clear message to the enemy and that alleviate our people from the hardship that the humanitarian crisis due to this war have brought to them. I want to condemn these actions and also to condemn the various factions in Ambazonia who have been exacerbating these excesses by promoting principles due to partisanship that do not protect the ultimate interests of the dignity and human rights of our population. This is a very sad day for Ambazonia. While we mourn, we will continue to advance the legitimate cause that protects the rights of our people, their aspiration to secure their territorial integrity, and their rights to self-governance and their rights to basic human dignity that comes with the acknowledgement, the respect of their identity and their international personality. We'll continue to fight and speak for that aspiration while condemning those who take advantage of this struggle to perpetrate human rights violations with the hope of dominating this struggle and representing our people in international fora. This struggle is not about us. This struggle is not about the various factions. This struggle is about a people who are being oppressed by a state party that is brutal, that respects no rules and laws, and we must do everything decently possible, humanly possible, to protect the aspiration of our people and their rights without compromising the ability to galvanize international support by promoting or creating an atmosphere where such atrocious actions like we have seen today in Mamfe will take place. While our people will mourn and why this atrocity will be put in the face of everybody to see, some of those who claim to be Ambazonian leaders, who claims to want to speak on behalf of our people, will come up to try to still play politics with the life of our people. They have lost credibility. They have lost the moral authority to speak about atrocity. Those who throw stones must have no sin. Those who have murdered Ambazonians, those who have covered up the murdering of Ambazonians, those who have ordered the killing of Ambazonians, those who have justified the punishment of our own people, have no moral authority to speak again as far as Ambazonia is concerned. And I call on all Ambazonian soldiers who wants to fight for Ambazonia, who want to fight for our people's rights, who wants to fight for our identity, our rights to govern ourselves, our rights to be able to make decisions about our livelihood, our ability to be able to protect our own people and police our own cities and run our own economy. For those who are already fighting for Ambazonians, distance yourself from all these groups. I call on all the forces in Mezam to abandon all these party groups, partisan groups, and identify themselves henceforth as united forces in Mezam. The ones in Boyo should identify themselves as united forces in Boyo and adopt principles that protects the human rights of our own citizens and policies that will only fight and defend their interests and not inflict pains on them. All across our territory, you must do so. You must abandon, distance yourself from all these groups that I have named, they have lost their way, they have derailed the mentality in Ground Zero, they have caused our soldiers to lose focus and have become perpetrators of such excesses that does not advance our common interest and our common goal for independence and are counterproductive in that regard. God bless you all.